Hey everybody, welcome to Vigilant Citizen. My name is Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for watching. It's always good to know there's some people out there who have an interest in what I have to say. I've been out for a little bit. I posted a couple videos of me playing some video games. I'm just kind of dabbling in that, just seeing kind of how the reaction is, seeing if it's any good. I'd really like to open it up to maybe some friends playing some board games or something at some point. I really do think that you can learn a lot from games. I really do believe that, and so I kind of want to share that with this audience, however small it might be. But I've been out for the last couple weeks, haven't had a video other than me just playing some video games, showcasing some of my talent. But talent, right? So I've actually been out because I received the bug of unknown origin, or at least origins in which we're not allowed to speak of here on YouTube. Rumble would probably be okay, but I want these to stay up on YouTube as long as possible. So I caught that bug and it knocked me out for a week and a half, and it was mostly flu-like. I had a bad fever, aches, chills. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't enjoy it, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. And I think partly because my health is pretty good. I mean, you can tell that I'm in decent shape, right? Just on these videos. And I try to take care of myself. So I think that helped. The worst thing about it was it just took forever to get through. I'm sitting outside and it's starting to rain a little bit, I think. So I might have to cut this short if it gets too bad, but I don't think it will. I've got some tree cover here. So anyway, I tried to maintain my sense of humor throughout my illness, and I was successful for the most part, but there were a couple days where I was just so tired of it, just so done with it, because like I said, that was the worst part. It just lasted forever. So now that I'm on the other side, I've had some time to reflect and think about it, and think about, I don't know, just think about how it affected me and how it affected other people, because I don't want to minimize it. I know it's really affected some people negatively. We had some friends who, somebody had to go to the hospital over. It burned through our friends group, and one of them had to go to the hospital just from some additional things cropped up. They're doing great now, I'm happy to report. Everybody's survived and doing better now. But it got me thinking, just, I guess on this side now, it's just, there's my puppy doggy, that's Kepler. Now being on this side of it, it's just, it didn't seem so bad. It wasn't fun, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't that bad. And now I'm thinking about, well, how did we as a society react? And we had lockdowns and we had masks, and now we've got an injection of experimental gene therapy that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube, or talk about the negative effects that are possible from it. And it just seems like we as a society embraced fear, and our leaders embraced fear in a thought that if we just take this other precaution, if we just take this other thing and if we prevent people from doing these certain things, then we'll be able to save everybody's lives. It didn't work. It didn't work. We live in a cruel, harsh world where people die from illness, and I'm not happy about it, and we shouldn't be happy about it. We should always be trying to find ways to mitigate that and to prevent that. We'll never live forever. Anybody who tells you that the human race will someday learn how to live forever is cuckoo. Cocoa for crazy puffs. I don't know, whatever that saying is. Cuckoo for crazy puffs. Sorry, I got some neighbors doing some yard work, so hopefully that's not coming out too loud. There's a saw blade over there. But we just went above and beyond to try to comfort ourselves, to make ourselves feel better, like we were doing something, like we were just, it was maintaining the appearance of doing something without actually having positive results. In fact, I think it was a net negative. We're sitting over here locking down businesses, forcing people out of business, and there's my other puppy doggy, excuse me, and forcing the elderly into certain areas so that it could spread through them, and in some senses committing what appears to be mass murder. I think that all of our efforts to cheat death and beat death have failed. And we as a society have not learned that. I think it's going to be worse next time. Lockdowns are going to be harsher. I hope I'm wrong. But it doesn't seem like we've really learned our lesson that we cannot control death. We cannot control, in some senses, fate, right? I think you make your own fate in a lot of cases. But if a satellite drops out of orbit and crashes on your head, hey, there isn't much you can do about that. But you can die by getting into your car, and just driving down the street to go visit a friend. And we take risks every day, and I think we should mitigate those risks. You don't need to take risks that are unreasonable. You don't need to be crazy with it. But we've really got to find a better way of weighing the risks, understanding we're going to have fatalities. Nobody gets out of life alive. It sucks. Not happy about it. You shouldn't be happy about it. But there's no way to get out of it alive. And the more you fight it, the worse you make it for yourself. And here's the thing. If you're living in fear, the worse you're making it for everybody around you. Because you start concerning yourself what other people are doing, what their behavior is like, how they should live their lives, and you start dragging them down with you. You're stuck in fear, and you're pulling them into fear with you. Maybe they're not as fearful as you are, but you are negatively affecting their lives. You're negatively affecting them, even if you're just nagging them. That's wrong. You shouldn't be telling other people how to live their lives and claiming that they're being irresponsible because they're doing something different than you, because they're aware of their own health and they're aware of what they can and can't tolerate, and they've figured out the risks for themselves and they decided to take a risk. If you're lecturing them and telling them how to live their lives, you're wrong, and you should stop. And you should rethink what you're doing, because it's not right, and you're living in fear and you're spreading it. You are not helpful to society. You need to stop. So there's my little lecture. Shut your mouth if you're afraid. Figure out how to keep yourself safe if you want to, but do not expect other people to live in fear just because you're uncomfortable. It's wrong, and you need to stop. So there's my little mini lecture on that. I found this. Oh, the doggos are playing. I thought they were going after like a bunny or something. But there's something, I saw an article online, and I'll try to post it here. Maybe I'll try to put it up here. If you don't see it, it's because I didn't edit it in later. You just get the stairs back there. I'll post it down in the comments. Jarvis, hey, Saddle. I love my boys. They're just rowdy. But I will post it in the comments below. Saddle. Might have to cut some of this out. I'll post it in the comments below so that you can see this article, but it was, what animal do you think you could beat in a fight? It was two parts. What animals would win in a fight? And then what animals do you think you could beat in a fight? And I gotta tell you, the results are kind of alarming, and it kind of ties into living in fear here, okay? So there were a lot in here. It went all the way up to elephant, a grizzly bear. Like 7% of men thought they could beat a grizzly bear. Hey, you know what? I appreciate the confidence. You're wrong, but I like the confidence. What animal could you beat in a fight? And I've got just some notes here because I don't have access to my computer at the moment. But large dog. 15% of women thought they could take a large dog. Only 31% of men thought they could take a large dog. An eagle, 38% of men could take an eagle. I don't know what's so hard about that. You wrap your hands around its neck and you squeeze. Medium-sized dog, only 60% of men. I'm calling the men out here. Okay, I get it if women are lighter, right? They have less weight, they have less mass. Some of it's less muscle mass. I mean, that's just the way it is. I know some people aren't happy about that, and they won't be happy with me just saying the truth, but that's the way it is. But a medium-sized dog, 60% of men, kick it. It's a dog. Kick it. If a dog's coming after you, I get it. They can be dangerous. They might have rabies. Tijuana, those roaming packs of wild dogs, I get it. But we're just talking about one here, just one dog. Okay, a goose. 71% of men say that they think they can take a goose. Now, I don't know, is this a regular goose or is this a Canadian goose? Okay, because I can understand a Canadian goose having the numbers be a little bit lower. But still, a Canadian goose. You walk up to it, you wrap your hands around its neck, and you squeeze. What's wrong with you guys? A house cat. Okay, this is where it starts to get pathetic. 74% of men said they could take a house cat. 26% of men who took this who took this poll don't think they can take a house cat. What is wrong with you? Again, you kick it. You kick it. They're small. It's so disappointing. It's so embarrassing. And then here we go. A rat. 76% of men think they could take a rat. 76% of men think they could take a rat in this poll. That's what, 24% of men who think they can't take a rat? You step on it. You crush its little bones. Pathetic. Pathetic. What's happening to our society? Fear. Fear. They're afraid of getting down and dirty and fighting a house cat. What is happening? I don't get it. I don't get it. Don't live in fear, people. You're not going to get out of it alive anyway. You may as well enjoy life, mitigate the risks, and wrap your hands around an eagle's neck and squeeze. Just kidding. Don't do that unless it's really attacking you. Like this article mentions that video. I just saw this video for the first time last night of the guy who gives a nice right to a kangaroo. It's not the best punch, but he punches the kangaroo, and the kangaroo just sits there for a minute like, what just happened? And it turns out the guy was protecting his dog. I would do that for my dog. I would punch a kangaroo for my dog. But I don't know. Just come on, guys. Come on. Don't be so afraid of every little thing. Don't be afraid of rats. Don't be afraid of house cats. Don't be afraid of bugs from an unknown origin, especially after all the data's come out and you realize there's a 99.7% survival rate or whatever it is, right? So, okay, well, that's all I have for you. Rant over, lecture over, whatever you want to call it. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you want to join in the conversation, there's an email address below, or you can always comment. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you think what I'm saying is interesting here. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.